Hi, everybody. I'm going to show you something that happens occasionally, hopefully not too often, but when it happens, it sounds like it looks like it's going to be a disaster. That's when you're using doubled thread, which I recommend. When you're using thread, it's twice as strong, but it comes with its limitations. If your needle breaks and you're using single thread, you just take the needle off there, restring the thread onto a new needle. But what do you do if your needle breaks and you have doubled thread? Well, this, let's see here. I'll get this camera positioned correctly. I will show you what actually happens in real life when you're using doubled thread like I am now. I want to introduce the piece I'm working on. This is a work in progress. It's a 3D, going to be a 3D figure. These are going to be, might be her boobs if I use them for that. I don't know if I'll use them or not, but she's going to be wearing red. She's going to have I'm not to the boob adding phase yet, but let's pretend that I'm cooking along beading and I do a stitch and this happened recently. This is why I thought of this. And on this one stitch, the eye of the needle broke. And I'm actually going to sacrifice a needle to show you what you do when your needle breaks when you're using doubled thread. And this could be let's say the needle breaks here or something. I'm going to just bust off the end of I hate to do this to waste a needle, but hey, for you, I'm doing it. What can I say? Um, and so, yeah, this is now not a viable needle. Boom, the uh, eye of the needle's broken, and you're left with a loop of thread. What do you do with this loop of thread? I'll show you. It's a lot less of a tragedy than you might think. I snip off one of the ends of the thread. Oop, I got to show this to you. Not both, just one. Doesn't matter which one. And you can snip it down here if you want to put a needle on that end and weave it back in. I'm just going to do this the quickie way. And I'm going to get my trusty old ancient aged beeswax here. And on the end of this thread, I'm just going to thread a new needle. And because I'm threading a needle on camera, it's probably going to be harder to do for me than before. And okay, yeah, I'm working with single thread now. Or am I? I make the tail end of the thread longer than my working end of the thread. I do another stitch, one bead, do another stitch, and I'm going to make sure that thread is longer. Yes, it is. Do my stitch, and lo and behold, I'm back to doubled thread already. Again, I can make this tail thread longer if I want to be really on the secure side, and I can string a needle on that. Oh, I should have put two beads on. Um, so I will back the thread out and do that just because why waste a stitch? But yeah, basically the tail, the new tail, you can weave that back in with a new needle on that end of the thread. And wait, did I? Nope, I only needed one. Okay, hello. I may have skipped over too many beads. But in any case, yeah, I'll just show you again. I have my tail sticking out, it's down in the inside the piece, sticking out longer than the thread. And I could leave that tail inside the piece and nobody will ever see it, just like that big old hurricane knot. Or I could flush that little tail out and string a needle on that guy and weave that back into the thread. Excuse me, string that a needle onto the end of that end of that thread and weave that thread back into the piece. But for now, I'm just going to continue beading. Let's see. And I'll tuck that tail so it doesn't wander. But yeah, basically I'm back in action. So I hope this doesn't happen to you very often, but if it does, and it could, it's not the end of the world. All you're doing is adapting to the situation. Situationist beading, that's what we'll call it. So I hope you enjoyed that. Beading rocks, what can I say? It makes you use your imagination, hopefully. And I will see you next time. I hope you liked this. Bye. And let me know in the comments if that was useful to you. Thanks again. Bye.